So we're gonna be talking about the Switchpod. Now, I've had it for about 2 weeks now. I've used it a lot. I've taken it on like a trip to Dallas. If you don't remember my Dallas trip, I'll link it up right here, and you can see that. And I also, this last weekend, I went to the Valley to visit my parents, and the Switchpod made it down to South Texas. And yeah, so I've had it for about 2 weeks, and I've got some really good things to say about it, and I'm also going to be honest, and I have some pretty bad things to say about it as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
Spicy beans and spicy potatoes or not spicy?
Spicy, please. Somebody forgot this little iPad in one of the tables. I don't know whose it is.
Okay.
Alright, let's talk about some of these things. Like I said. So we're gonna start off with the pros, things that I like about the Switchpod. And one of the main things, and one of the things that I said on my first impression video, it was that it was very, very lightweight. And yeah, that still holds true. It's very, very lightweight. Usually just carry my drone, one other lens, and a light, my filters for my drone and for my lenses, and that's pretty much it. So try to keep my bag as light as possible. Helps. So being so light definitely helps, and it's definitely a pro in my book. Another thing is that, let's see. Yeah, it fits very, very easily into my side pocket of my bag, and that is so cool. It doesn't stick out. Like for example, when I used to have the Gorilla Pod, it used to be a hassle just taking it out and putting it in from my backpack. With this little slim design, it slides right in and it slides right out. It doesn't even bulk out, and that's definitely good. And so yeah, that helps. Nice. Yeah, so one of the other things is it feels really, really good in your hand. When you're grabbing it and you're vlogging, it feels extremely good. It's very, very comfortable. It feels like I could grab it for a long time. Now, the only reason why I am not able to do that is because of my camera. I have a very old camera. It's a Canon 60D. So it's like, this is probably what Casey Neistat started using before he upgraded to the 70D and then the 80D. Now he probably uses the 90D or the Canon EOS R. He can afford those. Anyways, my camera is super, super heavy. It's not as comfortable for me, but it does feel good in my hand. I imagine once I get my Sony 6400, if it ever happens, I know that kind of camera body is going to be perfect for this type of Switchpod. So yeah, those are some of the pros about the Switchpod. yeah, so I found this cool little park. It's close to my house. It's got a couple of like little murals. It's got a couple of little statues, and it's a pretty cool little park. What's up, guys? So now we're gonna talk about the cons of the Switchpod. Now, it doesn't have very many cons. It's a pretty good product, but after using it for like a couple of weeks, I did notice a couple of things that I wish could have been made a little bit better, especially after paying $100 for it. I mean, it's not bad, but for example, the very first thing, and one of the things that kind of bothers me the most, is that it didn't come with the ball mount. Now, I mean, it's just something so simple, just like the ball mount. Your Gorilla Pod came with the ball mount. I wish they would have implemented a little ball head mount on this Switchpod. That would have made it so much cooler, because having it stuck just on that permanent angle, it's not very good. I actually tried this a little earlier when I was making this part of the blog, but in a park. I couldn't really have it just sitting on a table. I had to grab it with one hand and lift it up a little bit in order for it to get my whole face. So the ball mount thing, it's probably like my number one thing that I wish they can fix in the second generation. So the number two thing, and this really doesn't bother me and it's not really a big deal, but I think it's probably meant for smaller cameras. I have a Canon 60D, which is a really old camera. Yeah, my actual whole camera kit, it's pretty heavy on the Switchpod. So in the future, if I do go ahead and get my 6400, that type of body would probably be perfect for the Switchpod. And so yeah, I mean, it's not really like a deal breaker or like anything, but yeah, my camera does feel very, very heavy on there. I can't imagine having like a, you know, like a MDX whatever, or like a Canon EOS R or something, Canon 90D on it. It would be ridiculous and super heavy. So yeah, one of the other things, this is the third thing, and that is that the magnets are not very strong. So Cody Warner actually made a video about this, and he came up with a solution. He actually glued two really good magnets onto the legs of the Switchpod, and he says that now he has a better grip with those little magnets, because they're kind of big, so it kind of gives them, they're kind of spread out a little bit, so he's kind of spaced out on the handle, which he says, according to him, that for him it feels better on your hand. So if you want to watch that video, I'm gonna go ahead and link it on the description so you can go watch it. It's a very awesome and simple solution for this little magnet problem. So basically the magnets are not that strong. If you hold your little Switchpod, if you grab your Switchpod and if you just hold it, like, the magnets just kind of fall off. They don't stay. So that little these magnets are not that strong anymore. So that's another thing. It's not really like a deal breaker or anything. I already got used to it. It's just that it's kind of annoying. But like I said, it doesn't have very many cons. It has a really lot of good things that I like about it, more than I don't like about it. So for me, overall, this is a great product. Like I said, just a little ball mount, and I mean, these magnets, I wish they could done something, at least a little bit stronger magnets, but that's about it. Like I said, it isn't really that much that I can say that's negative. I actually like it a lot, and I'm using it every day for my everyday use, and I really recommend it to anyone that wants to buy one. So I hope you guys did like this video. If you did like it, please hit that like button. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. That is completely free. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.